Hey guys, Stephen here, aka Mr. CJ, with another video for the DIY Musician Guide. In this one, I'm going to show you how you can set up a music label on Bandcamp for free. There's actually two methods of setting up a music label on Bandcamp. One of them is a free account and one of them is a paid account. In this video, we're going to go through both methods. So you'll get to see which kind of method is more suited to you and what you're after we've gone through them. Let's start with a free account. But before that, my main mission with this channel is to share tips and tricks that'll help us musicians get our music out there and be heard. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe to the channel. Let's get back. Basically, with the free method, we set up a new Bandcamp artist account and use it as a hub for our external releases. Here's how to do it. What you'll first want to do is set up a new Bandcamp artist account. If you're not sure how to do this, I've got a video walkthrough just for you, which I'll link to below. But let's just pretend you've already done that and you're at the stage where Bandcamp is asking you to upload some music. Of course, we don't want to do that. Instead, click on the menu link on the top right and choose Edit Profile. Scroll down to the homepage section and select Go to My Index Page option. You can see there's a bit of a tip there saying for labels linking to individual artist sites. Scroll down, hit save, and then OK when you're done. We then get to add some releases. You can add anything you want at all here as long as it's on Bandcamp. So to be honest, you could get really creative, but we're here to create our label. For my label, New Path Records, I'm going to add my latest solo release by clicking set and then changing the address to my artist page. I then get access to my releases, be it single tracks or full releases. I'm going to stick with the newest release for now, and as you can see, the artwork populates that position. I'll do the same for my other artists, Wide to Follow and Minion TV, before we move on. If you look at the top, you'll see a menu where we can customize the amount of rows and columns. That way we can increase the size of the artwork by only showing 2 on a row or add more rows for more releases. It's entirely up to you. As for the header, I've already prepared one specially for this page, which includes links to the artist, as you can see. If you want to know how to do that and make a clickable header yourself, I'll include a link to a video down below because I've done all this before. That's pretty much it for what you can do with a free Bandcamp label account. Now, there is one thing to consider if you do go down that route, is that you do lose the sidebar. Now, you get that sidebar with a normal Bandcamp release, but for some weird reason, you don't get it on this kind of grid template. And it's a bit annoying really, because you're not able to set some context because you can't add a description and set an avatar. You can get around it by just including all of that in your header, like you've seen what I've done, but it is a bit annoying, and I'm kind of thinking you're losing some SEO probably and some context obviously. So that's the free version I've currently adopted for my label New Path Records. But let's have a look at the paid version. For the more pro version of setting up a label on Bandcamp, basically meaning it comes with more bells and whistles, head over to bandcamp.com/labels. First things first, how much does it cost? I always like to get that little detail out the way. The paid version costs $20 monthly for up to 15 artists and $50 monthly for unlimited artists. If you're like me in the UK, that works out at about £17 and £42 respectively. Now, that opening paragraph basically tells us what we're getting in a nutshell, but they've expanded on it a little bit more down below through 8 points, so let's take a deeper look. So number 1, unified accounting. Export machine-readable sales reports with custom date ranges and filter by artist. You can also add a catalog number to any digital release and a SKU to physical, that's a stock keeping unit, and we'll include them in your reports for easier bookkeeping. I assume this is very much like the standard sales report on the Bandcamp tools page, but with extra filters to handle more artists. This is obviously essential if you want to treat your label as a business, as you'll need to keep all of this information for tax, etc. Okay, number 2, Pro all round. Every artist within a label automatically gets Bandcamp Pro, so all of your artists get batch upload, private streaming, ad-free video hosting, deeper stats, and more. This is obviously a really good thing for you and all of your artists because you'll all get treated to these extra features. I won't go into much detail about whether or not Bandcamp Pro is worth it or not, because I did cover that in a video which I'll link to below. So if I did it now, it would just take all day. But I will say though, if you are really bent on getting the Bandcamp Pro subscription, I'd be very tempted to say get the label account instead, because that future-proofs you in case you ever want to turn into a label, and anyone affiliated with you would get all these extra features, so you could potentially share the cost with other artists. And moving on to number 3, simplified fulfillment. View all your merch orders in one interface and filter by package type or artist for streamlined fulfillment. Easily print shipping labels or packing slips and automatically email customers when an item is shipped to. Going by the image, this looks very much like the merchandise screen on the Bandcamp's tool page, but with obviously more filters to handle more artists. I don't see the email buyer or include additional message options on the standard one though, so this could be a handy new feature of the label one, I'm not sure. Okay, number 4, set payments at the release level. Sign an artist who already has a Bandcamp account. You can direct payments on a per release basis, so money for their independent records can continue going right to them, and payments for their releases on your label can go right to you. Now this is a really handy option if you want to go completely independent with the label and have all the money flow directly to the artist. It's not the best model if you want to make money, obviously, but I do appreciate we got the option. And as stated, you could run into issues where some artists are joining your label and want some releases unaffiliated to the label. Compilations will be a really good example of that. Okay, number 5. A lovely artist page. Looks great on mobile too. Drag and drop to customize the order, dial in your design and make it your default tab. If you wish, fans can follow you right from there and will automatically notify them of all your new releases. This kind of goes without saying really, because the standard account looks really good on mobile too, but I do appreciate that drag and drop feature, because you can imagine if you're a label with a lot of artists, you probably do want to reorder them now and again to showcase some artists on the top and stuff like that. Number 6, unified stats. View plays, sales and location data for all your artists, or easily drill down to a single artist or release. It's all in one place, no switching between accounts are required. This seems to be coming from the Bandcamp Pro features, where you get a handy map, but obviously with more filters to handle more artists. It's essential really, especially if you want to do some testing to, for example, if repositioning artists on the artist page gets you more or less hits. Number 7, easily convert your artist that's really a label account. Already using a Bandcamp artist account as a label? No problem, we've bent over backwards to make the transition to a bona fide label account as seamless as can be. So I'm guessing this easily converts or seamlessly converts what we did in the first half of this video from the free account into the paid account. That's pretty good. I like less hassle. Number 8, amazing customer service. We understand that managing a label is complex. We're here to help and we're constantly refining the service in response to your feedback. This could be a little bit fluffy. I'm not sure if they've actually got some special on-hand help for labels, or they're just, hey, we're listening to your feedback. It's the latter, I think. But yeah, I've never had any issues with their help anyway. In the past, when I've had to email them about issues, they get back straight away. So we've read and talked about these extra features you get with the paid account, but let's see it in action by having a look at an example. It's Sub Pop's Bandcamp label page, which you can find at subpop.bandcamp.com. The first thing you'll notice is that they have a separate tab for artists on the navigation menu, and if you scroll down, they have a ton of artists on there. It looks as though you can specially showcase a couple right there at the top, which will be great if you have a new release out or you want to showcase those artists for whatever reason. You'll also notice that unlike our free version we built in the first part of this video, you can still feature a sidebar on the right. I really don't know why you can't do that on the free version. If you go into the music or merch sections, you can filter by artist, which is a really handy feature, although it would be really nice if there were a search feature as well as just displaying all the artists. That can kind of get a little bit overwhelming. A really cool feature I really like is the video tab, which seems to collate all of the videos from each artist page. Now remember, you need Bandcamp Pro to be able to feature a video, but obviously if you have a label account, every artist gets that Bandcamp Pro, so every artist will be able to use a video. One last feature I'll mention, which I don't see listed is the return link on each artist's page. Basically, if you go to any artist under the label, they'll now feature a back to label link on the top left. Now that sells my earlier issue of basically having external releases on your page, which basically, unless the user presses the back button, they won't go back to your label. We'll move on from this example. If you want to see any more examples, there's a bunch of them on that bandcamp.com/labels page right at the bottom. So in conclusion, is it worth signing up for a free Bandcamp music label or the paid one? My advice is to start off with the free one and work your way up to the paid one. You'll pretty much know when you'll need to buy into the paid one. It's probably at a time when you've got a lot of artists and you're bringing in a lot of money and it starts becoming a hassle to kind of deal with them all, and at that point you could probably do with all these extra features. For me, the artists I've featured on my label, New Path Records, are all my responsibility, so I'm okay with the free version right now, but I could see myself upgrading if I ever wanted to expand in the future. Anyway, I hope that helped, and if you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another video.